Good evening. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, good evening. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Happy New Year.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Hi, Laurel.
Hi. How are you?
Good yourself?
Good.
How's the weather where you're at?
Well, it's supposed to be warm in LA, but it's been getting down to the high 40s and low 50s at night, which for us is really cold.
Yeah, I'm over here in Orange County and I'm still cold.
I'm sure. I'm tired of it. We get cranky when we get cold weather and rain.
I don't even go outside but to check the mail.
Hold on. I'm just checking on Brian's student.
Hey, Laurel, it's Larry. I'm here in spirit.
How you feeling?
Better. Drugs help tremendously.
I can imagine.
I'll be in the dark, so y'all won't be able to see me.
Okay, no worries. I just stopped by my friend's house today. She just got back from Boston. Both her kids and her husband have the flu.
She
doesn't.
I don't think I've got the flu. It's a stomach virus. I don't know if I got food poison or what, but it's not been pleasant 3 days.
Yeah. I've never had the flu shot, and I've never had the flu.
Oh, I've never had the flu shot either. Never had the flu.
Oh.
Yeah, flu gives you body aches and pains. This was just all abdominal.
A lot of fluids.
Yeah, well, I started drinking Gatorade. It's the only thing I can drink. And this afternoon, well, like I said, the last 3 days, the only thing I had so far is pudding. And I started that this afternoon and still felt like crap. So I did an oxycodone and that helped.
And you're still coherent?
Oh, well, you're talking to someone that was in pain management, Laurel, for 17 years doing 100 milligrams of morphine every 4 hours. So, yeah.
Oh.
Oxycodone.
Oh, my God.
You know, I've been off pain meds now for 3 years, and I hate doing them.
Do you take cannabis oil instead?
You know, I've never tried the oil. I've tried the flowers.
You need to try the Rick Simpson oil. It's almost 100% THC, and you only need like the size of a half a grain of rice for pain management.
And what is it called again?
Rick Simpson oil. It's not sold. It's not sold legally. It's for cancer patients, but if you email me about it, I'll let you know where you can get it.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
You're welcome.
How's Max?
He just ate, so he's sleeping now.
If you get a chance, respond to my text. I'm just curious, if you want to.
Okay, I'm just messaging Brian's students right now because there's something wrong with his computer and he didn't get the link that I sent him. So I'm inviting some of his students.
Cool. I'm going to mute out and get something to drink and chill.
All right.
Hi, Laurel.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay.
Good.
I was just thinking the other day, maybe we should have sent over our live birth record as well for you to get.
Whose?
Mine and Sonia's live birth record as well.
Oh. Well, if you still want to send it, it's up to you. I'm meeting, right after the meeting, I'm meeting up with Roy this evening. You know Roy from your area? I know Sonia knows him.
Yeah, I do. I've met
Yeah,
Roy.
I'm just gonna meet him for some coffee, and he's giving me his flash drive. So I know PJ started to take care of some of the flash drives, but since I have one here, I'm gonna mail it back to you and Sonia just to send to him when you're ready.
Awesome.
Yep.
I'll just send that when our birth certificates come back.
So your live birth records, do they need authenticating as well, or?
Do they? Or do you think only just do our birth certificates over there? What do you think?
Well, they only want it's only the ones on the bond paper. You know, do yours come on bond paper? I'm assuming they must have a long form of some sort, right?
Yeah, we've just got the long form, but it's not on bond paper. It's only a copy out of a book from the birth deaths and marriages. So
Yeah.
but our birth certificates, which you've already got, that if we got them done, that should be fine, shouldn't it?
It should be. Ours are all on bond paper, like this. I'll show you.
Okay, that's your long form, yeah?
Yeah, the long form has the blue border, which is the trading, the trading instrument
Yes.
that they use. But I don't know if they have them in Australia.
No, they don't.
Yeah. Sean's over there. Did you know that?
I thought he'd be back over your end by now.
No, he's been there for, I don't know, about 2 weeks. I'm not sure when he's coming back.
He rang me and said he was over here, and he gave me a number. And I said he'd been in touch closer to New Year, but I didn't hear from him, so I thought he must have went home.
As of last week, he was still there. He's trying to help somebody, I guess an American that's been jailed over there.
Oh, okay.
So he may still be there.
I'll try his Australian number later and see if it rings.
Okay.
Yeah. How far away is PJ?
How you doing, Laurel?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, you forgot about me and my email address. I thought you didn't want me to join.
Well, here's the thing. I think going forward, and I may have forgotten a few people, but going forward, I think PJ wants people to have their treasury, their trust packs done before they participate in class, because what's happening is we have a lot of students that are running into court when they shouldn't be. They're discharging debt when they have no indemnity bonds filed, because you can't offset against nothing. You can't just call and be like, oh, I have a social security number. You need to offset against it.
Yeah, it's a lot of rookies. It's a lot of rookies following YouTubes, and
Exactly.
they're just thinking that they're not doing their study, and then they hear somebody, hey, take your social security card and go buy something on Amazon.
But again, even though you provide the information and say, here's the trust pack, this is what you need to file with the Treasury in order to, you have to indemnify yourself. You have to have insurance. You can't just go doing the discharge process without that backing it up. And people are doing that, and they're also still going into court, not federal court, but they're still going into court because the judge says so.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
no, I was just giving you a hard time.
That's okay. I'm so sorry, but I got you now. PJ messaged me this morning. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's Happy New Year to everybody. It's nice to see everyone.
Hey, where are you in Orange County?
No, I'm in Santa Clarita.
Oh, you are? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like Valencia, that area? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I've been out here for like 13 years.
Very good.
Yeah.
Hi. Your daughter's so cute.
Oh.
Hey, Laurel.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. I just wanted to say hi real quick. I don't like to interrupt when people are talking.
Oh, that's okay. You're more than welcome to talk. How are you doing? How are things going?
They're going. Hey, New Year.
Yep.
New Year, year, all new fun going on in the world. It's looking like we're gonna have a interesting year so far.
Yeah, we're hoping to start to make a difference this year. Really.
I hear you. I hear you. I feel the same way. If we can start making an impact to get enough people on the right track.
Yeah, I can definitely say the most important thing is get your treasury packs filed and your indemnity bonds in so that they can start curing, because that's the step before the discharge process. So
Yeah, I'm working on the recovery process now. I got it a quarter of the way done.
Awesome.
Hopefully before the end of the week, I'll be able to finish off. I just like to go back. So I took it as an opportunity to go back through all the information through the different videos and just make sure that I wasn't missing anything.
Yeah. I'm thinking of holding a class. I got to talk to Marie as well. I'm thinking of holding a class on I know PJ showed in classes like either 11 through 13. One of those classes he showed how to stamp your how to stamp and put together your treasury pack.
That's Opera.
Yeah, that's something that I've been kind of skimming through, trying to find this specific information, just so I can make notes. So when I get back to there, I'm ready to go. But crib notes, so to speak, would be nice.
What?
Yeah. Barbara, can you mute yourself?
Oh, I see.
What's up, everybody?
Hi, PJ.
Happy New Year. Happy holidays.
Hey. All right, I'm going to mute myself. Thanks, Laurel.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll begin in like 2 minutes. Gotta finish drinking this water. Hold on.
All right.
Hey, Laurel.
Yes.
Okay. I was just checking to see if my microphone was hooked up right, because we have questions. You guys have answers.
Okay.
So we'll be talking to you later. Thank you.
All right.
All right. I've been on puppy duty.
Oh, actual duty or duty?
Well, the house is messed up. People would kill me if I showed a house like this right now. But I'll say hi to everybody. What's up, everyone?
Hello.
I missed everybody.
Miss us.
All right.
Likewise.
All right. Some updates. I'm going into international court, I'm not really leaning towards the indictments anymore. I'm doing commercial tort claim. Same thing. It's the same thing, but from what I was instructed and what I was just told in the past 2 days, there's no real judges. It's all vacant. Right. So there's no real judges in the municipal building or state courts. There's no real judges in federal court. And if you don't know exactly what you're doing in federal court, like if you don't know like the procedures, like me and Laurel have just been getting bombarded with certificate of persons, process, all this other crazy other little small forms that I never even looked up. So what I've seen and what I've been discussing is, and what Tara and Tosh are trying to get through my thick skull, is commercial tort claims. It's a 30-day process, and the way that you protect yourself is a notary presentment, the private administrator, 3-step process. So what I'm going to be preparing for you guys is the SS5 form. I'm going to show you my TDAs. I'm going to show you my bank accounts, investment accounts. This is what I'm learning, okay? I'm going over the deposit and the curing of the security. I'm going over a double book entry. I cannot show you hers. I showed Brian. I'm going to teach you guys what a double book entry is once I have mine. See, what I had to do was set up my accounts and my TDAs and link everything. So I'm going to show you guys Ally.com. I'm going to show you Charles and Schwab, Edward Jones, and Fidelity.
Can you turn your camera?
Me?
Oh, yeah, are you shy today?
No, feed the houses. I make the couch.
Oh,
Because
okay.
the puppy's over here and there's all toys on the floor. Why, you miss me?
Yes.
So what I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to go into court. I'm going to do all this first, you know what I mean? And also show you guys all my paperwork. The tort claim is the same thing. What goes with the 3949A is the standard form 95 and form 211, which is a whistleblower form. And I was instructed to take that down to the International Criminal Court in New York, so I'm going to go down there. The indictments are fine because I know what I'm doing. The indictments are fine. We can still do the bonds. You still default them. And what I didn't want to teach it, but I'll teach you guys this. They want me to lien the bonds. So I'll teach you guys how to lien the bonds, look the insurance up. I had Laurel get the website. We looked up some bar numbers and shit like that. So I know how to find their insurance. But I just have to get my shit done. That's why I've been low key, so you guys can see my stuff and see everything work like I'm being shown. Because I have, asked Laura, I have 25 fucking traffic tickets. Just, I mean, stupid shit. Because I haven't got my shit done. You know what I mean? It just break my balls. Because I figure foreclosures and shit like that. I'm not doing anything else right now because I'm helping out this nurse, Patricia. And until she gets back in her house, I ain't really doing court and shit like that. I'm just going to be mentoring.
I'm sorry,
I got
25?
25 what?
Traffic tickets?
At least that. Laura, how many?
Yeah,
25
at least,
or 30?
yeah, probably.
Congratulations.
I mean, that ain't nothing. I mean, this is all new when I started this process. I mean, it's all new stuff. That
Or
they just hit me.
bullshit stuff.
They just hit me. They're like, yo, get your shit done. Get your shit done. You know what I mean? But people have foreclosures. I'm like, I get this shit done. So I'm going to show you guys the commercial tort claim. I'll go over the indictment. I'll go over how to fill all the forms out. Connie actually has some good forms filled out for the commercial tort and reporting. The 5511 form as well.
Really? Oh, cool.
Yeah. Connie, I know who you are. I have a bunch of, high up agents around me right now.
Thanks, PJ. I appreciate your comment.
I'm really excited about heading out west and going to the Ysetti Ranch and seeing James and everybody. What I've been studying the last couple of weeks is the old shit that I've been studying, so I've been clearing my head. I've been studying esoteric etymology. And I just loved all that stuff. But so what I'm putting together, I'm just putting my course stuff together so you guys can see it. The double book entries is what I was shown. I'm going to have to teach you guys that. I believe it's in Modern Money Mechanics. So I'm going to reread Modern Money Mechanics. I'll send it out to everybody so you guys can read it. And I'm going to see where the double book entry is. I have a video on it as well. I'm filling out Form 10. I'm filling out, I'm going to show you guys the QSIP. Here's another book you're going to want to get.
What book?
You see me?
No.
Why not?
Because you don't love me.
What about now?
I see half of the book.
Hold on, I can't see myself. What the
Bond.
About the house. Come on, man.
There you go. Bond investing. For
Right,
dummies.
so I'll show you some of the stuff that it has in here. I think it's on 227. It goes over QSIPs. Okay. Then it goes over brokerage accounts and how to look up what they're selling them for. Investingbonds.com, see municipal market at a glance or see corporate bond market at a glance. www.finra, F as in Frank, I, N as in Nancy, RA.org. And then it shows you how to navigate the websites and look up all your QSIPs and shit like that. And talks to how to, you know what I mean, how to look for a good broker, what they're offering, shit like that. But indictments are fine. It's the counterclaim. The commercial tort claim is the same thing as the counterclaim. They're embezzling your estate. So what I'll be putting together is a commercial tort claim. It's the same thing. But it's a 30-day process. So the default process is 30 days. It's not 90 days. And so you're going to have to go down to your, county clerk. The banks and shit ain't going to do this. You got to go, you know what I mean, to where your county is. And I don't know if they're going to charge you or how it's going to happen in each different county. But what you're going to be doing, the 3-step process is a notary presentment. So the notary actually sends your mail out as a witness. And I'll be putting all that. I'm going to put the notary presentment pack together. So this is what it is. You default them and you bond the default. And then you lien them. And then you can, once you default them, if they don't, get away from you, you can attach whatever you want, take whatever you want. Land, bank accounts, all that. I didn't want to teach that shit, but I guess they want me to teach that shit. So I'm going to teach that shit. New things I learned about foreclosures and people that are in like a pressure situation. Automatic stay, temporary protective order, and what was the other one we did, Laura? Or was it just those two?
Just those two. Bankruptcy, basically
right.
advising
So
30
days, and then the temporary protective orders against the sheriff. Because he's in commerce. When you know what I mean, he's about to injure you. No matter what. Anybody in commerce, if you injure somebody, you're liable. That's why you have to have insurance for everything. You have to have the most important part is having your trust pack set up and claiming the name and then liquidating it and getting your death certificate because it's not your name. You want to be running your estate, your foreign grantor trust, and your tax-exempt private bank EIN, non-for-profit, not your foundation. So when you're filing OIDs, your foundation can receive that. The estate can receive that. But so when people are getting in trouble, they're making their social security number their recipient. You can't do that shit. You gotta be foreign. You can't even have that name. You're just the heir to it. So you have securities that are bequested to you. So my mentor, I was like, we're preparing, going for probate. She was like, yo, fuck that probate shit. You a king. You don't need none of that seal shit. None of that. She was like, she showed me how to set up the accounts. And I was like, all right, cool. And I'll show you guys. Me and Laura will tape it because I'm doing it tomorrow. You do everything online. And I'll show you what I'm sending and how I send it. Certificate of trust. You know what I mean? You're going to have to need a trust agreement. I'll show you. But what questions or what are you guys working on or what are you guys stuck with or what are you guys doing? What are the questions? I'll take questions. Because I got mad paperwork that me and Laura are doing right now.
I'll speak up, Peter, for a change.
Really?
Yeah. On the indictments, can you go step 1, step 2, step 3 exactly? I know you mentioned it, but
yeah.
It starts with, the 3-step, the default, Secretary of State. I mean, can you lead us through that?
Yeah. Okay, so this is, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to discharge your debt? Are you trying to?
Here, you can.
I am trying to go after the bank so I can end it.
Okay.
They're in default.
So you want to do the commercial tort claimant. All right, so the indictment and the private administrative procedure. I'll explain the steps. First step is you always acquire the transaction or report the transaction on 1099-A. So if you have a court case, even if you, so when you go to federal court and you put your indictment in, you get that court case, you 1099-A that. That's always the first step. You got to notice all your parties. You got to You want me to go over the indictment? Laura, pull up the indictment and I'll go over it.
Which one, yours?
Yeah, I don't care.
All right.
And on a side note, Peter, are you familiar with something called the master form for the deed of trust or mortgage?
I don't know about a master form, but I know I have this bad boy. This is part of your end game too. This is how you link shit up.
Okay.
I'll show you guys mine. I filled this out. People got genes too and other people's shit. This is like what they called it. They were getting the black card, but this is how you link your major and minor accounts. And then, all right, so
what I was gonna say,
master form, I don't.
Yeah, well, the master form is what they're supposed to record down at the courthouse in your county, not the deed of trust. Deed of trust is fictitious.
Nah, that's bullshit. They lied to you, Slime. I'll show you.
Okay, because that's what it says in the UCC in the Texas Property Code.
Nah, Slime, they lied to you, fam. We don't go by them codes, Slime.
Okay.
Right here. Attachment. All right, so this book.
Okay. Execution of writs.
Hey, you go to page 11. Okay. Let's see which was. All right, setting the attachment for not bringing. That's not that one.
What was the name of the book?
Could you hold that up again, please? It's not on the screen, though.
All right, so.
A synopsis of law relating to sheriffs in the execution of writs.
Thanks, Laura.
There, now you're on the screen. It was green.
What about now? See this?
Yeah, there. Now we can see it.
Assignment of deeds. When you take your deed of trust, you're supposed to assign it and bring it down to the sheriff. Deed of assignment for the benefit of the creditor, right? Didn't we talk about ABC, UCC Article 9?
Don't you have to accept it first?
Right. Deed of assignment for the benefit of creditors, passes the property at once. Delivery of fee fi. The knowledge of by execution, debtor is the knowledge of the trustees. Then after sheriff seized under fee fi, debtor executed assignment under Bankruptcy Act 1861. On application to a judge, the sheriff was ordered to withdraw the court held the judge's order good. Then it says right here, deed of assignment for the benefit of creditors executed after the delivery of the writ of the fee fi to the sheriff and before levy is good. So see, that's the one you want to know, right there. Because when they foreclose on you, they take your property interest rights out of the deed of trust. They do a taxable termination. All right. So what an indictment is, it's a true bill. Laura, pull up that book.
Right. So don't you want to do the assignment of the interest over to the governor of the treasury then? Like that's why we're doing all of the elements with the OID saying, okay, I paid,
I'm going to show you guys how to do a 10-year recoupment Wednesday.
Okay.
Because I'm sending mine out.
Okay.
So I'm going to go over his little indictment real quick for him so he has an understanding of it. Pull up that book, Laura. So an indictment, it's a bill of complaint equity. It's gonna accompany your commercial tort claim, the 3949A, Form 211, and Standard Form 95. Okay. I'm going to international court, so I'm going to show you all my paperwork. I can't teach you guys yet because I haven't been down there yet. I don't know the procedure for it yet. It's got to be the same as everything else. For the complaint, it's a complaint, but you default them through notary presentment. Lien the bonds, and if they don't answer or, ready to settle outside of court, then you attach the property. You attach the bank accounts, you attach the insurance, and you liquidate it on the OIDs into your estate. And if they're not bonded, they can't work. Like, I didn't want to teach this shit, but.
So you're sending all those forms to the IRS, though, the 95, the 3949A, the 211, all that's in your IRS report.
Yeah, we're creditors, man. They got
Absolutely. So you report all that to the IRS.
money, they better go. If
Right.
not, I'll go get it.
Right. And then you send the reflected notice back down to the bankster and say, cease and desist. I already closed this.
There's a bunch, like, listen, there's a million ways to skin the cat, right? But you have to lien them, bond the case, and then they're going to start settling outside of court. See, people, what I was just told, it's a lot of friction in federal court, plus there's no judges. There's no oath of office because it's your estate. They can't have an oath of office for your estate. That's the misconception.
Right. So that's why you gave us the surety bond, though. So then we send the surety bond to
That's
Menuchen.
your insurance. That insures the case. But you need this. So we're going to
send
add.
the surety bond to Menuchen. You've got 10 days. You send the letter out to Pompeo, and you've already gone and done your report to the IRS that, hey, all this is closed. I don't know what the heck they're doing. So if they don't cease and desist, I'm taking them into court. Now, that's the big thing, which court? So you're saying it's not going to be the
Federal is fine. Federal is fine, but you might meet restriction. So what they, explained to me was they're like, man, you need to take the path of least restriction. And they're like 30 days, international court, go down to New York. And I was like, all right, fuck. So that's just like, I was into indictments. I was preparing, everybody sent everything out. It's not that different. It just goes to international court instead of the federal court.
Why wouldn't it be U.S. Court of Claims in terms of everything's out of the district, out of the 10 square miles? Would it be the U.S. Court of Claims?
We're international.
Okay, that's true.
I mean, we're on international waters. That's what we're, Geneva Convention.
Yes, no, that's true. I know we're foreign to the United States. I just didn't know if there's that agreement of to be administered in the United States, which means that they've defaulted as to the USA Uniform Security Agreement and SEA Securities Exchange Agreement.
You have nothing to do with. You have nothing to do with the United States. You're an American.
Okay.
You're an American citizen. That's the American national. And then I'll show you the passport. I'm going down to DC. The only thing I'm focused on is New York and then DC, and I'm finished. Get these little.
Dude, you're in DC. I gotta meet with you. You're too close. I like don't go pie.
All right.
All right, deal.
Laura, let me share. Let me show these bonds. This Pat Devine stuff. So here's your surety. This is what I'm adding to the cases on top of the surety bond that we put in.
Which bond is that one, Peter?
Surety 1414.
Yep.
Here's this. Here's the 30. This is the contract modification form. So people, like, I have people that are, oh, I'm on Social Security benefits, I'm on VA benefits. Yeah, I'm like, fam, it's all your account. I haven't done the forms to renegotiate it, but if you were to renegotiate something, this is how you would negotiate it. You would do the loan modification form, standard form 30, put the bonds in with it, 14, 14, 14, 16, 14, 18, and tell them how much you want a month. And then see what they say. If they don't like what they say, tort claim them. Because they're embezzling your estate. They can't tell you how much money you can have out of your estate. But the most important is you got to have the death certificate. You got to run your estate and foreign grantor trust and a foundation. And then the bank accounts you guys have is your cage code. You can get a NIAX, brokerage account, investor account, currency account, and cash management account.
And you see, Peter, that's where the I guess a knife hits the wound the worst is I'm working with some veterans, and me included, you know, they lose their benefits, they lose everything.
You don't want no benefits from them.
Okay, but
you guys create. You don't need nothing from them.
I get that, but you do a death certificate, and then all benefits are cut off. And
No, but if you have life insurance, that policy pays out. Are you not dead? Is that did that motherfucker not die? You guys death certificate, right? You dead. Pay out.
So you don't have life insurance. Stock up on life insurance.
That's the contract, fam. That's what I'm talking about. When you're not producing, if you're not worth more than 10 million, they'll put a life insurance policy out and take you out.
So we can take a life insurance policy out now.
You know, if you don't have one, you don't need that shit, man.
No, I get it, but you know, I'm trying to respond to these people that are saying, "Hey, I do a death certificate, everything's cut off. How am I gonna make it?"
Trust banking. You guys are investors now, accredited investors. You got birth certificates, 5 million apiece. Go deposit them. You guys will get letters from McIntosh. He's the counsel for the Treasury.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? You send your birth certificates to what's the International Chambers of Commerce, Human Labor Department. You send it to Social Security Administration Commissioner. You send it to Mnuchin. You send it to your brokerage accounts. I'm missing one. Your local treasury. You go into your local chambers of commerce, pull in your birth certificate, say I want a $5 million project. Here you go, boom. That's what I'm about to go doing. That's not me, but I gotta get this course shit out of the way. I can't do nothing else. I can't get my cars, my RV until I get this course shit now. I can't have anything. I gotta be whole. I'm not whole yet.
Sure.
I have this stupid shit, 30 traffic tickets. Wait till Laura shows everybody all these 1099As.
It's called clean hands. All you're doing is getting.
But so the standard form 30. See how? So the description of the modification, how he explains it. Here's your payment bond. Okay, so you could put a $10 billion payment bond and liquidate it. OID. You see what I mean? That's what the liquidation is. Reporting it on the OID, sending it back to your foreign grantor trust 98 number or your estate. Where you're the executive, you're the chief executive officer.
But you need your death certificate done first.
You want, yeah, you don't, because the straw man, that last name's not yours. You don't want it.
Right. I get that.
So he's dead. And I created this trust and this estate, and I'm managing it. And I got companies. I'm funding. And now you're a creditor, and now you go stimulate the economy and help as many people as you can out. But some people just cannot be fucking helped. You know what I mean? Some people are born creditors. Some people are just born debtors. This is how shit is.
Sure.
But everybody has to help themselves. You know what I mean? You gotta send your paperwork in because people get a phone call or something and they say, well, why'd you say to put this on your, you're not supposed to be answering the phone or whatever. I'm just giving a generic thing. And they get questioned and they're like, you just watched my video, but you didn't understand what you're doing. It's okay that you're copying my shit. I tell people that, but you're going to get to a point where you will be tested, and I'm not going to be there. You see what I'm saying? So,
right.
It's all real. It all works. It's processes. It's procedure.
And do you know people that have actually done this and it's gone through?
Yeah, Sam, I can't show you.
No, I'm not asking you to show me. I trust.
Even them, they seen all the shit. They seen it. If I show Brian the double entry shit, I could just glance. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to fuck shit up. You know what I mean?
That's okay. I'm good.
So the TSA stuff, the Form 30 and all that, you're sending that in terms of IRS as well, or is that?
Sam, you take all this and you send it. You get it authenticated like you did your birth certificate. Anything to do with your default judgment. But I'll show you guys this form. Fuck it.
Mute yourself.
All right, so real quick. How much is that? 300 million, 300 million, 300 million, 300 billion.
But did she set up her company first to do that?
Absolutely. Everything, you got to have fins, TDAs, to do all this big time shit, not to discharge that. I mean, to sell your signature and
right. I thought that was brilliant to have as the surety.
But what you're doing is what ends everything is you're doing your counterclaim is your notary presentment to them in a commercial tort claim or a federal indictment. Whatever you want to deal with. I mean, there's a million ways to skin a cat as long as you know who you are. That's why I tell people I do what the fuck I read and what I put together. You know what I'm saying? I have a bad tendency of saying, well, I learned from Gene and I learned from Ken. I just read their shit. Like, I didn't have personal mentoring them. Like, I just read their shit. So I'm like, well, I learned from them what I read. But these motherfuckers don't call me or, you know what I mean? I don't call them. I just have their paperwork, and I can see how their mind works through how they put paperwork together.
Well, that's what we're trying to do about you. Okay, so now you've got the case.
But I'm not complete, so it's all fucked up. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, give yourself a little more credit.
So once I complete everything, I'm like, here, this is what, here, have it. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just it's just an annoyance to me now.
Peter,
when you say but we're kind of right on your heels.
But so this is everything is the securities exchange. That's why I tell people UCC Article 8 is important. The high power investing book and the securities law compliance book that fills out Form 10. That fills out a bunch of shit in there and why you're doing it. Let's see. That's how I get shit sent to me. Then I gotta read like this paragraph. See, I gotta dissect this shit. I'm like, what the fuck they talking about, man? I gotta look up the etymology of certain words I haven't heard before. I'm like, okay. So, you know, look up the etymology of judgment. They're doing mine. It's all mental. They're just challenging your mind. You know what I mean? Because they want good people in a certain new wave that they're doing.
Right. No, I agree with that. So the administrative process, once you've got the surety bond sent to Mnuchin, it's 10 days. Now you're going to go.
No. So you have your indictment, which is just your affidavit or complaint.
Right.
Okay. You bring that into federal court, you get a case number. You take your indictment, then you get your insurance, surety bond. You do all this standard form 30, the 1414, the 1416, the 1418. You can list that registered surety bond on these forms. I'll show you guys my stuff. Then the 30-day private administrative procedure. That's the commercial tort claim. And you lien the insurance. And when they don't answer and the notary sends everything out and you have the default judgment, you sell it. You authenticate that and you sell it. Fill it out on Form 10.
Okay, so it seems like you changed up a little bit of the process on the indictment. So now
right, because I'm doing the indictment's the indictment. It's the same thing no matter what.
Okay.
But now I'm doing a commercial tort claim in International Criminal Court in New York.
Okay. All right. So when you say
because we're international and there's no real judges in these courts, not even federal, they're all notaries.
All right. Potential stupid question, because just looking in the box at the federal is $400 to quote unquote open a case.
No, all that shit is free.
I know it is. And you use the registered mail to the clerk to send the indictment and let her then do like the assignment of the case? Like,
nah, they'll give you a form to fill out, and Laurel's got the, what is it, 201D, federal rules, 201D?
Yeah.
All right, that's something to go to Laurel. Okay. All right, because I'm like, that to me is a real simple step, but I was like so blind of the, how do I open the federal case? Because I don't want to just walk.
I'm going to show you guys my shit. So, because people are getting in foreclosures, people are getting kicked out. So, like, I was just going head crazy trying to make sure people aren't getting kicked out and shit. So, then Patricia got evicted, so I'm not doing that until I get her back in with the commercial tort claim and shit. But she's been fighting this thing for 9 years, and I get like that midnight hour shit, and the sheriff's at the house, and I'm like, fuck. But, so that's why I got it this week. I'm completing. I'll be in New York next week, and I'll be filing all this shit. I'm done. And I'm gonna head down to DC once I get to New York. So, but the indictment, the process, here. If you have a bank or you're trying to discharge a loan, you have your trust set up, you have your TDA set up, the fins, you do your negative check, and then you start your 3-step private administrative procedure. You don't got to worry about the indictment. So if you default them, right, through the notary, you bond the default and sell that. So you don't have to go to court.
I love that. Okay, so we've got.
Well, see, next class, I'm gonna show you how to lien. I'm gonna do a recoupment class, and I'm gonna go over liens. and how to lien the insurance and shit like that, and how to attach stuff. Same thing they do to you. It's just business. You know what I'm saying? But when you awake, they ain't gonna fuck with you. You're gonna be too busy helping other people anyways.
Pito, can you tell us how to get a Treasury Direct hold lifted?
No, Detective GM, go down to DC. No, just fuck with you. So I was told if you have an administrative hold, I think it's the expatriation where you go down to DC.
Yeah, but what if we're not ready for that?
Better get ready, baby. Then you're not ready to hold the TDA.
You cannot be a U.S. citizen to hold a TDA?
Mm-mm.
No, you're not a U.S. citizen. You're the national.
Right, you don't want to be a U.S. citizen. None of that.
Right, that makes
No
sense.
U.S. citizen.
So
You
go to
have to
DC,
expatriate.
Department of State.
Social. None of that.
So you go into foreign consulars, you go into foreign missions. When you say go to DC, which agency for expatriate?
I'm going to the consulate.
Okay. You going in as the Office of Foreign Missions?
I have no idea. I just have videos and addresses. I'm just showing up like, what's good, fuckers?
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Nah, I'm just showing up. I have the video, so I'm trained. I watched it. I haven't watched it in like a few months. I got invited down in July, but I just stayed helping people. And that's why they started giving me this Form 10 stuff. And because I read the book and when I was still on Facebook, I was showing all this stuff, telling people that they needed to fill it out. And then as I'm being mentored, I'm going back through everything. I forget all the easy, like little stupid forms. When I first started, like 50s, I just forget stupid stuff. Because I'm so like intense with these forms and breaking everything down. And all right, so Laura, pull up the 3-step.
So PJ, before you go away from the expatriation, because my account is locked as well. And so to get it unlocked, you have to write a letter to the vice chancellor and tell them you want to expatriate, or is there to the war powers, or what do you do?
I have a book on expatriation and formal renunciations.
Okay.
And I have a consulate book, so I just go, but I'll send them to you.
Okay, that'd be great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, PJ, in the email that Laurel sent out, she said you had exciting news that's going to make everything easier. What's that?
You just heard it.
You don't got to go through probate. You don't got to indict people no more. You don't have to. You just lien the bonds and then default them.
Okay, I see. Great. How do you do a death certificate?
You need your living will, your executor letter, your oath of office is your forgiveness letter, claimant of death, and that's it. You go in there and say, here it is, blah, blah, blah. Everything is notarized, signed, give you a death certificate.
And where does it go?
You got to handwrite your will and get it notarized.
Okay, where does it
Go to where you were born. You authenticate it. You authenticate it. So anybody that tries to hit that all cap name, that motherfucker's dead, and that's automatic estate investment.
Okay.
You can't be the executor of that estate until it's dead.
Oh, okay.
Is the coroner, is he up on all this stuff? I was reading the state law, and basically it says it has to be a doctor, the coroner, somebody like that can issue a death certificate.
No, you just go to your county. When I went to my county, I had the death certificates right on the fucking board. I took pictures of it. I was like, no shit. Okay. Call them and ask them. Just call your county and say, what do you need for a death certificate? They're going to say letters, testamentary, and all other shit. It's just your executor letter. Your seal's on it. It's public notice. You don't got to go through that court system.
No, but I just read the statute for the death certificate of what it said where it was required.
Statutes don't apply to you, fam. It's U.S. citizenship.
But they still treat that all caps name as you, so you get a death certificate on that, and they say you're dead.
That's fine, but I have an 82 number and I have a 98 number, so what the fuck I care?
Right, because that thing is always dead.
And I have a foundation. What the fuck I care? I'm in business, baby.
That thing is dead, but they assume you are that thing, and doesn't Social Security
about their assumption?
Well, yeah.
Fuck I care about an assumption for?
Get in your square and stay there, buddy.
For real, it's
commercial tour. Anything that they send you or try to get money out of you.
You ate a piece of paper.
It's frauds and swindles. Anytime they try to get money out of you. Commercial tort claims. So this is the 3-step. You set it off, go down to the bottom. Instead of their fee schedule, this is where you add your fee schedule. It's just right in order, the default process. 10 days, then 7 days, and then 3 days. And then between the mail, that's a month. 10 days, 7 days, 3 days, default. Bond it, take it to the brokers. Or bond it, authenticate it federally, so you have the full faith and credit, UCC1, QSIP, bond. Then you sell it. That's how you bring it. And then you get it graded by the Series 7 broker and you sell it.
I just used this for I did 4 different defaults with this one. I love it. It's thorough. So I'm just
I've had it for a while. It takes a while to grow into it.
Yeah.
But once you have the process down, the procedure down, and then once you have multi-millions of dollars in your account from your birth certificates, none of this shit really matters.
There we go.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to get people at. Like, people are chasing pennies. I'm like, fam, get your fucking trust done. Don't worry about this indictment shit. Get your birth certificates done. Well, I got to take care of my traffic shit. Shit's annoying. But I was going to indict. I sent out the indictments to Pompeo, or the notices of who I was indicting. And so I got the call 2 days ago, and they're like, fam, isn't there an easier way than do all this indictment shit? And I was like, well, let me think. And then I got into the tort claim, and that's what, in the commercial tort, it's still, you're suing them in suits and admiralty. They can't hide behind, there's sovereign immunities. They're in commerce. They're liable, and they're not judges. They're just notaries. Laura, I sent you the picture yesterday with all the codes on there. I just have so many markers in this book. But that's it. I'll show you guys the tort stuff. I had a $30 fucking tort book, 430 pages. I read every single page and didn't learn anything. And then I had a PDF off Scribe, 15, 20 pages, tort process, and I was like,
What did you send me yesterday?
I texted it to you.
Oh, texted. Oh, yeah, I saw it.
Right here, Suits and Admiralty Act. This is what the commercial tort claim is. That's how you go. Judges, whoever. Can't hide behind shit. It's the law of the seas. I mean, common law is still around, but you have to put a jury together. You have to go to Pennsylvania. You have to. Carl Lentz does common law. I take the admiralty. It's all stocks and certificates after that. But these books, I always forget his name. I'm not good with names. The Law of Admiralty books, Hoover, whatever his name.
Well, yeah, effectively it's an in rem action. All you're doing is to the admiralty is an in rem. Yeah, it's just basically a creditors meeting with you and the other administrators that they screwed up us. They're in breach, and here's the prima facie evidence, case closed.
Right. For foreclosure. Pull the
exactly, foreclosure and settlement.
So I'm gonna have a foreclosure class. I'm gonna do a 10-year recoupment class Wednesday. I'll show you my paperwork. I'm gonna show you the commercial tort claim, SS5S, to make yourself a non-decedent, and I'm gonna show you guys how to open up your accounts. And that's it. I'll be in New York and in DC. I'm not doing nothing else after that, and I'm out. Not until I get my car. I ain't doing shit. Like a little whine ass. I ain't doing nothing until I get my shit.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, dude, you gotta
just call me tomorrow. I'll go over. I can work with you. I'll go step 1, whatever you want to go over. And I'll send you my stuff. Or you can sit in with me and Laurel tomorrow.
What time is that, Peter?
Whenever I wake up.
I've got a meeting with Brian at 10, so right after that or before that.
Brian who?
Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Yeah, he wants me to look at his trust packets done. So
good. All right. Questions?
Ask now, because when he goes, you guys all email me asking questions. So please ask questions.
Yeah,
while
because
you
I'm
can.
heads down. I'll be
What up,
doing
Pito?
taking pictures and.
What up, Big
This
T? This is Brad, PJ.
Brad, what's up?
Hey, I finally got all that paperwork that you sent me. I have a buddy that got a foreclosure coming up. Is that the same kind of paperwork he's gonna need to do to shut down his foreclosure, or?
I'm gonna have foreclosure. I'll do the recoupment and foreclosure class Wednesday.
Yeah, I think his auction's coming up on the 9th, which is, I don't know. It's either.
Where is he?
He's in Massachusetts.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do the tort claim or indictment.
Can he use my paperwork and change it up for his, or?
Yeah. Send him the foreclosure videos.
Hey Pete, what's up? This is Anthony.
Yeah, what up?
What up, big dog?
Tell
What's
him
the what? I see that smile. You're chilling.
I'll be down there. I'm coming down there, so I'll text you. You
Yeah,
don't gotta
good.
do your indictment no more. We're gonna do a commercial tort.
Oh shit! I was just about to ask you about that. I got all this stuff copied and yeah. What are you clapping for, Laurel?
Because it's gonna be. I know, fam. Believe me.
He's got me on
I'm
speed
pissed
dial,
off. I'm
man.
pissed off. I'm pissed off because I put mad work into the indictment. The indictment is good, but this path, like she says, so it's the path to the least resistance, and it's 30 days instead of 90 for bonds and all that other shit.
But you learned.
All right.
Right.
Well, then I don't have no
Nah,
questions.
the indictment is good because it goes with the 3949A. So you're still gonna need all that shit. It's just not going to federal court. We're going with a commercial tort claim and the Suits of Admiralty Act and international court. So I'm
So
gonna
what
come
you want-
down there. You're gonna do your shit with me.
All right, that's all you see. So you want me to just hang until you come down next week?
I'll be down here. I might come down Monday.
Let me know. I'm here for you, bro.
No, that's what I mean. Don't go down to DC.
I'm here for you, bro. Just let me know.
No, I'll be down.
All right.
Peter?
Thank you,
I'm
Laura.
gonna jump in on that. PJ, did you see what they stopped me for? Fail to put on the bright lights.
It's all a test.
Did you see that? I know. It's just, I get it, but at the same time, I'm like, for real.
Yeah.
So,
I know it's
okay,
annoying.
did
My
you
shit's
see what I-
annoying too.
Right. it's annoying. Did you see what I sent in? Because if this is where, then everything's already down in Menuchins.
I haven't looked at anything yet. Looking at all my emails tomorrow.
Okay, all right, cool. Because then I just want to make sure if what I'm doing is now shifting over to this international, that I shift it on over right when we're supposed to. Because that's where I was just set up to do all the indictment removal and all that other
It's always been international. It's just that
Well, yeah.
there's no judges in them courts.
Yeah,
And
it's just
foreign,
Maryland.
we're
is
foreign
just
too.
so-
You know what I mean? We're foreign too, so we
Yeah.
can't. You know what I mean? That's for.
No, I just didn't
Oh,
want
all
to do
these
the
shows.
stupid traffic down. I get it. They'll do the whole throw me in jail again.
You'll see all my paperwork.
All right.
You'll see the commercial tort claim by Wednesday.
Peter,
Mm-hmm.
on the trust, is there an actual trust document that we
What do you
should be
mean?
doing?
What are you talking about? A bank account or your UCC contract trust, your foreign grantor trust? What do you?
Well, not the bank account or even the trust packet, but actually a trust document. Like it, that goes with the
Certificate of trust?
certificate of trust.
Trust agreement.
Yes.
But they don't need that. The trust agreement is the body. They need the first page and last page. That's it. Executor letter, forgiveness letter, if you have an estate, the death certificate, and IRS 82 letter that you get when you file your EIN stating you're the executor or executrix.
So you consider that to be an actual trust?
Everything is a trust relationship. Everything. As soon as you hand a piece of paper over to somebody, you just create a trust relationship. But
That's
you're not
true.
opening up individual accounts. You're opening up investment accounts. You're opening up brokerage accounts, not with your social. You can open the brokerage up with your social just to get it going, but you're going to have it with your 82, your private banking EIN. You're going to have it with the foreign grantor trust number, all these accounts, and TDAs, and you need FINS numbers for them all.
Okay, we have one document that asks, are you Is your trust an irrevocable or a revocable?
That's your certificate of trust. And that's where you, the co-trustee, you put minutia down there. 'Cause they have your file. They have all that information.
So
they got to file this paperwork. They're the trustees. They got to file the 1099s and all that stuff. But you don't get in until you can instruct them how to do it. Once you instruct them how to do it and you know what you're doing and they know you know what you're doing, then they do it for you. But if you don't give them the instruction or the right paperwork and the right procedure,
So we
they know what's going on.
Don't click either one then.
It's irrevocable.
Okay, because we actually did do an irrevocable when we filed before. And
Filed what?
our all our UCC1, non-UCC, and all of our documents in SOS and in the county. And then we actually did a trust document.
And
then we
accomplished what with it?
Pardon me?
What did you accomplish with it?
Well, that's where we got stuck because we
what?
didn't know what the next steps were.
What do you have set up? Do you have your UCC contract trust set up? 3 registered mail numbers, your indemnity bond, BC
Yes.
bond order for settle. You got all that in there?
Yes.
You liquidated it?
No.
Form 966, IRS form.
We haven't done that one yet.
You done your will?
No.
You need your death certificate and living will, and you liquidate everything, and you bequest everything to yourself, the secured party, the ABC assignment for the benefit of the creditor, which is you.
Do you have that in writing?
Yeah, I have it in writing.
One other question.
Love to see it.
I got you. I'll show you my will.
You're not uploading your documents with the SOS, you're just filing them as a packet in the county?
No, I'm uploading everything. You gotta see all my shit.
With the SOS?
Yeah.
Okay. We did that also with our previous filing.
Did what? Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea. I haven't seen nothing. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, I sent it to Laurel. I just don't think
I haven't
she
looked
had
at any of my
time.
emails. I'm heads down trying to get my shit done. That's why.
I know. I didn't expect you guys to be able to look at all of them because I knew you were busy. But
I'll
it's
get
been
to it and I'll email it to you. I'll let you
it's
know.
about a month ago, so.
Yeah, I haven't. It's been a month. I haven't looked at anything.
I know because you're busy and I didn't expect you to. So that's why I was just asking because we are redoing because we did someone else's documents. They're very similar to yours, but not as complete and concise. So we are redoing. And we thought we would just upload what we have done now with an amendment, a UCC 3, on our existing UCC 1.
Okay. I have to just see it. That's all. I'll have Laura forward it to me tomorrow, or I'll go over with Laura.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm going over all my emails, going over all the stupid stuff.
Okay. Thank
all right?
you.
You're
Thank
welcome. I'll be in touch with you. I'll send you an email. I'll send you all my stuff too. And then class Wednesday, I'll have the 10-year recoupment. And
What's your email? Because you're listed as Harry Smith.
Mine is Scrapbook.
Okay, very good.
Hey,
What
PJ,
else you guys want to see?
I have a simple question, PJ.
What's up?
It's up.
How's it down under down there?
Summertime.
I know it is. I gotta get out there. I'm heading out, fam. Going down.
The consulate was closed on the time I could get by there, so but the wasn't available. The trains weren't running. But the simple question on the expatriation: you're expatriating to what? The republic where you're born, or the Commonwealth you're born? What are you expatriating to?
America.
Huh?
America.
Okay, you don't choose your home republic or anything like that. I mean, your birth
You
republic.
could do Nation of New York, America. I'll probably do Nation of New York. That's what me and Laura putting together. I have here. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Okay.
If it's, I don't know if I have it up.
Peter?
Mm-hmm.
Why are there sureties on the hold harmless indemnity agreement?
Because if something happens to you, someone's got to sign for you. And you have to be insured. And the people that are insured have their bond set up already with the Treasury. So we're all insured. And if you don't have the insurance or you're not backed by insurance, I don't know anybody that doesn't without the sureties.
I was talking to somebody about that today, about freedom of travel stuff too. People were asking me, how the hell you say you're private and want to deregister your vehicle and all that stuff and have private insurance. And I said, you can do insurance for a car with the indemnity bond and stuff.
Right. Do your own insurance, you do your own titles.
As far as the car goes, if you're still in the public, just record the car as exempt consumer goods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, UCC
Mechanics,
109.
But you got to go through the consulate office, the foreign department, and the Department of State to get your
Exempt tags.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Florida took the normal registration with exempt consumer goods on the registration form. They had no problem taking it.
What are you talking about? Explain that again.
An automobile used for commercial purposes is equipment under UCC 9. A car used for primarily household purposes is a consumer good and does not require registration.
Right, under household goods, UCC 9-109.
You don't register shit. You just give people notice and you lien everything. And
That's
then
what-
it has a fee schedule.
That's what I did. That's what I did at the DMV in Florida, and then recorded my lien schedule, $750,000, and I recorded it in probate. So if they want to attach it, they have to go to probate to make the claim against the consumer good that's in the estate. So I just gave notice to the Florida DMV that it was exempt consumer goods and recorded all my paperwork to that effect and with the fee schedule in probate.
Right. So this is what I'm talking about with the plates.
I did last week I did an 8-page affidavit and sent it to Oklahoma Tax Commission, Department of Motor Vehicles, and basically showed them UCC 9-109 case law from Supreme Court and everybody else talking about how your private vehicle is household goods and cannot be taxed.
You're tax exempt anyway, so the IRS to fuck off. These are Department of State form. I don't know about these joints, but here's the exemption card. Here's your tax exemption card.
Where'd you get that at?
Damn, I sent you. You got all this shit, man.
I don't have that paper.
You got all this stuff, man.
Look
See?
it up by the file number at the top there. 2478-60910.
Yeah, those are the IDs.
Can you make the browser bigger? So we're talking about, you're doing the paperwork, New York National or something like that.
I did my consulate.
For the
Some of them, they get like $250 or $400 a day for meal plans. Trying to give me one of those.
So what do you plan on bringing into the consulate for the expatriation to the New York National?
I have the templates for all that shit.
Okay.
But for some reason, like they don't let me pull up anything in my files. Larry, what was that? Send me that text or the app. That lets you
Larry.
search.
Yes, what?
You sent
The
me
app
that.
lets-
Well, he gave me the app. The only problem is it only pulls up what's in the C drive. I couldn't access.
Oh no, it'll pull up everything.
It won't pull up my plugin.
If it's plugged in, it should.
It won't. It's only pulling up my C.
Oh wow, yeah. I mean, mine pulls up everything. Yeah, it's called everything.
Yeah, I'll review it with Larry and I'll get with you on it, PJ.
I got it all, man. I got.
That's a beautiful document. Can we get that expatriation guide to read?
Get what?
Or do we have access to that expatriation guide? Is that just something
You can go. You
on
can.
script or something, or is that? Because I was like reading just at a glance.
Google it. You can find it. You can
Yeah,
find
that's
it
what I
on.
was thinking. Right. Go on script. Okay, cool.
I Googled it. I found it off of Google.
And here's the affidavit. I think I have this one. Yep. 18 pages. This is the one I got. I'll re-download that shit just to make sure.
TJ, what about the idea that we're dual nationals? We're state nationals and U.S. citizens, and that the all caps name is the U.S. citizen, not us.
Nah, that has nothing to do with us. That's your social security number. Nothing to do with us.
I
Kill that
understand
off,
that.
kill him off, and then you run a foreign grantor trust, and you run an estate. It has nothing to do with you.
I understand that. I guess what I'm trying to ask or figure out is, if the U.S. citizen isn't us, then why does it have to be killed? And why do we have to identify it?
Because you don't own it. You didn't create it. It's not yours. What are you doing with something you don't own? So every time you answer to that last name, you're a felon.
Okay.
That's why. Every time that you pay a bill and answer to that last name that's not yours, that's owned by the crown, they consider you, that's a felon.
That's your shield. Effectively, that vessel is
Hello?
your shield. That's your
Hello?
centurion to do business.
Hello?
Here's
Yeah, I understand. It's just a business. It's just like a corporation we file.
right, but you
So if we
liquidate it. And you liquidate it and you get all the bonds. You get 10 a year. You get 10 Social Security accounts in a lifetime. You sell those Social Security accounts for billions. That's what I mean. That's why they show me all this stuff, because I was just in court doing the bill of complaints, indictments, going crazy, putting this together. This one was getting kicked out, and I was like, oh, fuck. So,
Man, I'd love to see it in writing. That's all. If
what do you
would
want to
put
see?
it
What do you want to see, Dean? What else can I handle? What do you want to see? What do you want to show you? What do you want to see in writing?
the way it works? Step 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all.
You got to make it your own. There is no step 1, 2.
Okay.
You got to make it your own. There is no step. But I mean, you can get into general steps like have your UCC contract trust set up, then liquidate it. Have your estate EIN, foreign grantor trust. You can get the foreign grantor estate with the death certificate. Then you have your foreign grantor trust and a foreign grantor estate, and your tax exempt not-for-profit private banking EIN, which is a foundation.
Right.
Then you get FINS numbers for all those.
All of them, not just one.
All of them. Then you link your TDAs to your investment account, brokerage account, and cash management accounts. Whatever you set it up with. Your 98, your trust, you need a certificate of trust.
But you're not going to get the hold on your TDA lifted until you expatriate.
Everybody has a different test. I don't know, like I can't tell you why you have a hold on
No,
your
I'm
shit.
just asking.
As I like, that's what I would say. You know what I mean? Because you can't be a U.S. citizen, and they probably want to sit you down. You know, suits, all that. Check your mental and see if you're the one filling this out. Who's this? You know what I mean? You're gonna have to get processed, bro. If you want to start fucking with billions of dollars and millions of dollars and have access to all this shit,
They gotta know who you. They gotta know who. They gotta basically know who you are.
Yeah,
they're not losing.
and they're going to test you.
It's not like this is new, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit was set up for a test. I get all the. Believe me, I get all the crazy shit.
And you're all being tested in different ways.
That's what I mean. So there's no like, here's one side, here's a cap, and it fits everybody. You know what I mean? It's not like that. The procedures are.
That's
for your
what I was talking
situation and where you are in your development and whatever you have set up, I don't know what you know what I mean. I only show people what I do, but the books I read and what I put together, like that's it, and who I read. That's how I do. I only go through experience. And what I've experienced, I don't guess this shit. And then I have somebody that fucking helps me out.
Hey, Pete, I got a question.
She was yelling at me. She was like, yo, get your shit done. You care way too much about stuff. I was like, yo, all right, cool. So that's what I've been doing.
I got a question real quick, Pete.
Mm-hmm.
What about property taxes? How do you deal with that?
Agricultural lien on your property. 1099A your property, your meets and bounds. 1099A the bill. Negative check to minutia. OID. If you don't have your trust or your 98 or your 82, you can't OID it to yourself. So OID the money to the state. And do your commercial tort claim that they're embezzling your estate. You're tax exempt. They can't send you none of this shit. Once you see my pack, you'll have an understanding of what I'm talking about. And we'll go over 39, 49, 8, 211, standard 495, 5511. And I'm gonna show you how to bond it. Then you default them. Then you get a default. Once you get the default, you go to the Secretary of State for a certificate of default. Then you put that on a UCC1, get a QSIP, authenticate it, take it to your Series 7 broker, get it graded, sell it. Or Form 10, sell it. Form 10 was before the grading and authentication.
What does that Form 10 look like?
Like that.
Yeah, I've had one of those for a while. It's just the filling it in piece is tricky.
Yeah, that's the, you gotta know how to fill that shit out. This book shows you how to fill them out.
Yeah, you definitely got to make sure you know how to do that.
Securities law compliance.
Yeah, it's just you and the broker that they don't let people in with you and shit like that, unless it's like your wife. Other than that, fam, this is, nobody does this shit, bro. Nobody. That's why you gotta know. If you don't know, you ain't in. You can't instruct them what to do. You don't know what the fuck you're doing.
So that Form 10 goes with the recoupment, the 709 and 706?
Nah, we ain't talking about recoupment.
Okay, so the
I'm
Form
not talking
10.
about none of that recoupment shit.
All right, so the
Form 10 registers a security.
Right. 12B, 12G. Stop mixing shit. You guys gotta handle one fucking thing at a time.
That's true.
Everybody tries to put 1,000 things in together. Handle one thing. Knock one domino down. Accomplish one thing. Get one piece of paper done. Then get another thing done. Can't do a trust, discharge, recoup all at fucking once. Can't do it. You're gonna drive me fucking nuts. One thing at a time. Are you discharging something? Let me know. Are you recouping something? Let me know. Are you buying something? You better have shit set up. You better know how to discharge. Don't. Anyways, look. This book shows you how to fill these forms out. Okay?
Can you show the book again?
When you get to the point where you ready, they watching you. I don't need to do nothing with you.
Thank you.
You on Facebook, all that dumb shit? Here, what you want to see? Here's the first one.
Hey, Joe, they put you on a watch list when you get about 5. When
There's
you
there's the EIN for DC. There you go. So I can lean DC. I know the Crown's Duns and Brad. I know the Crown's and Sharon. I know all this shit. I hate court. Oh, let's pull that one.
Hey, Joe.
What's good?
No, I said I heard recently they put you on a watch list when you order like more than 5 certificates.
Nah, it's not a watch list. They just making sure you're doing your work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody's watched and everyone's tested, but they sometimes don't realize it until they get their ass handed to them, either by the court or by a department.
If you can't handle a discharge, or you don't know how to handle securities, or if you don't have ABC's UCC Article 8, the law, securities compliance, and where's that? The Bond Investing for Dummies book I just showed you guys. If you guys can't discharge or instruct them, how are you gonna sell your birth certificate and sell your signature? That's what I tell people. I tell people, yo, discharge. Let me hear you run through the discharge. Like I had videos on it that I walked it through showed mine, and my secure transaction. There's a new dial here. I'll show you the rest of it. So this is like I have 50 index cards. That's what I mean. Prepare for all that shit though. So there's a certificate of trust. This is for the 82. You would check this one off. Right here. There's my co-trustee minutia. I have one for my 98. And you register it. Send it to yourself. And then when you send it to the banks, it's already registered. analysis. Oh, that was 90. I don't know why they're not letting me pull up the renunciation.
What is that state of Michigan form?
Stop sweating me, slime. Which one? This one? Oh. I'm gonna get into it. This one?
What's that?
It's just a proof of service. It's probably an example I had up because we was doing the federal shit, and I go through proof of services if I see something different than mine, but my shit's good. This one's for a proof of service for court, though. You see what I'm saying? That's all. That's all. I'll show you the rest of these real quick. Come on. Yeah, there's your codes. It goes over all this stuff. The interview, what the fuck they're gonna ask you. See? There you go, Dean. There it is in writing for you.
Have you done all that?
I'm going. Do you not fucking hear me?
This is the same thing that Google guy did to go get his $3 billion and set up shop in Singapore. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What else you need, Dean?
No, thank you, Peter.
Gotcha. How's the DEA doing?
I'm not doing anything with the DA. I'm doing it with the federal judge.
Good. I'm going to show you guys the tort claim, too. The federal court, it's the same thing. I mean, it's still the default process. But I just don't know what type of resistance we're going to get in federal court because I'm going in there. Other people are going, but I think the commercial tort claim is the same thing. It's state embezzlement. We can invoke the postmaster. It's mail fraud. It's, let me see. I think I have what.
So PJ, when you're doing the three-step process or the administrative process in a tort claim, what are you claiming them in dishonor for?
State embezzlement, and they're in breach of trust due to lack of performance. That's where the breach comes from. They're not performing.
Got it.
That's where they let a regulatory negative averment.
Right. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be basing 3949A off of. Except these are going to be different, and then.
Can you enlarge it, the browser?
Yeah.
And Control Plus or whatever.
Fuck is that? Okay, so here's the comments. I purchased property, loan, and then it goes a bond issue to Marty Stone, and of course, see? Boom. Title 15 USC, there's your Truth in Lending Act. Title 31 USC section 5118 subsection D subsection 2 explains that they cannot ask you in a specific, when they send you, if they would need money, because everything's prepaid, they can't ask you for a specific loan. They can't say send a money order or a check. Can't do that shit. Right there. All right, so then you get into the Unisigil Convention. That's the supreme treaty of law on international bills of exchange. See, they all start off as, notes, then they go into securities because it gets registered. And that's why you have the Securities Exchange Act, 1934, I think. It's right after they did took the gold out. They was like, fuck it. We're going to make everybody unlimited.
Committing fraud because the mortgage doesn't follow the note.
They're not committing fraud. If you're not coming correct and you're not doing your procedure right, don't leave it up to them to do that shit for you because they're going to take your shit.
I'm just talking about like as far as like for a mortgage, if you sign a promissory note, they receive that as cash from you and then turn around and give it back to you in a loan plus interest.
Yeah,
because people hire lawyers, they don't do their research. You know what I'm saying? Like they get approved for the loan, they're ready to come out, start kissing babies. They don't give a fuck about what's going on. They're like, all right, we got a good job. That's, you know what I mean? We got a good steady job. I got a degree. We got, 40 hours a week. I've been working here 8 years. Haven't missed a day. That's all the shit they look at. I got no credit card, I get the loan. But people don't know as soon as you hear mortgage, it's a death pledge. But people don't understand etymology. Everybody's in an alpha state of mind. They're not thinking for themselves. That's why everybody here, you could think for yourself. You could see it. You don't have that veil over you.
We didn't know a promissory note had value. They didn't tell us that.
Who did it? Your master didn't tell you?
No, I'm saying banking. They presume we're bankers, and we didn't learn any banking.
They know how you're coming in. That's the test.
They didn't presume we were bankers. They presumed we were the dumb pawn. When you go back,
You did all. You signed everything. You signed and handed over everything.
Exactly. You said you wanted to violate your primary agreement right there with the mortgage application. Go back and read your mortgage loan application. It says, I'm agreeing to supersede all other agreements. Well, then, therefore, John Doe wanted to get a loan from the John Henry Doe estate, and John Doe is the dumb agent. So if you don't know how he's your hired hand, then no wonder they send you the bill and you don't know how to exchange it.
We didn't even know we had an estate.
Well, that's in commerce. You're presumed to know what you're doing.
Yeah, ignorance of the law is no excuse. So that's what that's getting into. And then I believe they attach. I didn't get the attachment. See? There you go. This is the commercial. I mean, hold on, let me go down this.
Well, the funny thing about that note and the promissory note is once it's securitized and they put it in a pooling and service agreement and
it's already a state embezzlement. You didn't give me as soon as they took that as a cash item under Title 12 USC subsection 1813 subsection L subsection 1, and they didn't give you a safekeeping receipt, automatic estate embezzlement, counterclaim, adverse claim under UCC Article 5-05 through 508. And that's your counterclaim, commercial tort claim. You embezzled my estate, so I'm showing you right here.
That's gold.
There you go, boom.
Yeah.
Well, and as far as them embezzling, you know, technically
and they put it in the fucking paper.
Huh?
And they put this shit in the paper. Look at, boom. You gotta make all this shit public notice in the paper. You want to claim your kids? You put the picture, the vital statistics, the name, and the lineage. Paper, newspaper.
Claim yourself.
That too, but that's the proof of life and your UCC contract trust. That's the claim. Boom, boom. This is his boss right here. You see, he's got pictures, everything documented. You see what I'm saying?
Where can we get that documented?
All number on there.
I'm showing you the claims, man. Who else gonna show you this shit? Nobody else. Nobody else got this shit.
How can we get that document to look over?
I don't know. I'll send it to Laura. Yo, Laura, is there a Dropbox or something you just dump the files in?
Yeah.
All right, just dump the files in. And they can search them, find it. All right, listen, that's it. I did an hour than I was supposed to. Laura, we got shit to do. Guys, listen, I love you guys. I'll be in touch. I'm going to be heads down for the next week or so, 2 weeks, getting in court in D.C. And then you guys will see all my stuff. I'll see you guys Wednesday. I love you guys. Hotep, stay persistent. Follow your dreams. Follow your heart. Let love and light guide you. I'll see you guys next week. I love you guys.
Love you.
Thank you, PJ. Thank you.
Thanks, PJ. Thanks, PJ.
Thanks, PJ. Thanks, PJ, Laura.
Yeah. Much love, PJ. Thanks, Laura.
Thanks.
Thanks, Laura. Thanks, PJ.
You're welcome.